Ladies and gentlemen, the Emperor of Lassie.
Sorry about that, I had to clear my throat a little bit though. Ladies, gentlemen, and to all my Lassie warriors and concorders. Some, if not most of you may know me by now, but in the case you don't, I am Chito2500, as my announcer has said just a few seconds ago. And welcome back. So, first and foremost, Happy New Year 2026, everybody. We did it. 2025 is now history. Now, for me though, I kind of wish that 2025 never ended, is because 2025 has proven to be one of my better years though. Well, for starters though, it has the number 25 at the end of it though. Yes, I know, it was a joke. Okay, 25, Cheetah2500. Okay, you get it, whatever. Okay. Alright, all jokes aside, right? So, this does lead to my usual list of resolutions that I like to make though. Some of them I accomplished, some of them I did not. But in order to get the ball rolling though, I will do it in this order as follows. First and foremost, I will say what I accomplished in 2025 and what I did not accomplish in 2025, which will roll over to 2026. Secondly, I will list New Year's resolutions though, which I think are important to me as well as all of you per se. And then thirdly, continuations of the New Year's resolutions that I have made the year before, or this year before, or 10 years before this year. You know what I mean. Anyway, let's get this rolling. So let's start with what I accomplished. Well, first and foremost, right? As I said before, I did manage to get my old job back, right? And a month or two in, though, I recently got a promotion, right? Which will start probably the end of the week or maybe the week after. Who knows? Okay. Yeah, I just spoke with her. I just spoke with HR at the workplace, and yeah, that's what they said per se. So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Who knows? And yeah, another thing that I've accomplished this year is talking with some friends again in the online world. I mean, trying to talk to the clan, try to get it back together again. And yeah, that's been going moderately successful though, and everything. I mean, they respond at least, right? So that's a good start. And now to what I did not accomplish. Okay. So what I didn't accomplish is trying to get my dream job. Okay. And there's a reason why I got my old job back, is because the dream job that I wanted to get did not work out, okay? I mean, they wanted to hire me, like really. After the program I did, they really want to hire me full time. But of course though, financially speaking, they just couldn't do it. And I completely understand, by the way. In case you're distracted by the shirt below, though, yeah, this is one of my new shirts. I recently got it a week ago, just in time for the new year to roll in. New merch, new stuff. Jewelry's still the same, but hey, I still look good, right? But anyways, back to it then. So, that's about all that I can say about the ones that I did not accomplish, though. Dream job is still out there. I'm still gonna do it one day, okay? What I did not accomplish also for 2025 is still trying to find love. I mean, I do want to find someone per se one day, but nowadays, let's just say that modern dating is not the same as traditional dating, okay? And for those of you who know the terms modern dating and traditional dating, I do not want to explain this further due to the fact that I, have seen too much evidence of what modern dating actually is, okay? At this point, I'm not going to talk your ears off about it though, so still in the works, but hopefully that one woman out there is waiting for me. and one that loves me for me and not for what I can provide or do. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's about all of the accomplishments of the New Year's resolutions and everything. And now let's go towards the new New Year's resolutions though. And is part of the reason why I don't upload as often or pretty much do anything as often as usual, right? So first reason is this, okay? Y'all should know that I'm a really busy guy, okay? I'm quite dependable, okay? I can do a bunch of things, right? You know, people depend on me for stuff. I'm really smart and yeah, and strong too, if I might add, okay? So, yeah, with those kinds of talents and skills at my disposal, though, I mean, it's really difficult to find some me time nowadays, okay? I do have some periods of me time, but then they get interrupted easily by Chito! If you know what I mean. So, yeah, that's about the first reason why I couldn't upload as often. Now, I didn't want to tell you this, guys, and everything, because frankly, I was too embarrassed to admit it though, but I believe it's time for me to finally tell you. I mean, it's a new year and all, okay? And this has to do with my New Year's resolution, the first one at least. So, the second reason, or my New Year's resolution, primarily speaking though, is my procrastination, okay? I admit it. I procrastinate a lot, okay? And it's taken a lot of courage for me to admit that, okay? It is not easy to admit something like this, okay? Something as simple or complex as procrastination, though. And the goal for that one, for this year, 2026, is to prevent or at least reduce my procrastination, though. It's not going to be an overnight journey. It's not going to be a one-time thing and everything. It's just that, let's just say that, you know, it's part of the why I don't upload or why I don't want to speak to people or do this or do that and all that stuff is because, yeah, I keep on telling myself that it'll get done tomorrow, next week, or the week after. But yet those turn to months, years, decades, that sort of thing. And frankly, I am sick and tired of it, okay? I don't want to do that no more, okay? And yes, I know what you're thinking. Cheeto says this now, and he's gonna go back to his old routine. No, forget it. No. And the reason why I'm still standing here is because I told myself, get your ass up. You better sit in front of the screen, okay? Speak from your heart, and you better do this goddamn New Year's speech, all right? And here I am today, doing it exactly as is, okay? Now, the reason why I didn't do it on New Year's Day is because the festivities were still rolling, okay? It was too loud, all right? And I cannot get a proper New Year's speech in properly, okay? And the fact that I'm doing this without a script right in front of me makes it more authentic in every way, okay? So yeah, here I am. So that's one of my New Year's resolutions, you know, to try to prevent and reduce procrastination per se. Now, the second New Year's resolution, right, that I'm going to work on is to try to structure myself, okay? I need to look out for myself now, okay? I gotta be a lot more selfish, all right? Now, I know that sounds cruel or mean or cold and everything, but most of my life, if not all of my life, I spent it trying to help others, trying to make others feel better at the expense and cost of my own health and peace of mind. You know what I mean? I just want to, you know, at least be more at peace, you know? I just want to say, you know, no, okay? Enough is enough, okay? If you have a problem, right, that you can do on your own, don't come crying to me about it, okay? You got smart devices with you, okay? You got resources in front of you. You got other people around that you can ask, okay? Don't just, I don't want to be the first to go to anymore, okay? I'm sick of it, okay? I just want to be at peace. That's all. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to ignore you or delete you off my friends list or, you know, hate you or none of that stuff, okay? It's just that I need some time for myself, okay? I need a whole lot more time, okay? Because, quite frankly, though, some of it also has to do with why I haven't uploaded or why I haven't been busy nowadays, is because I'm too busy, catering to other people. And frankly, this year I just want to stop all that altogether, okay? I'll still help out and everything. I'll still do what needs to be done, okay? But I would like to reduce that, okay? And yep, that was my second New Year's resolution of being more selfish. Again, I know it sounds cold, but it's the truth, So, is there any more New Year's resolutions that I have to list and everything? Let me think about that for 1 second. Guess not. I guess that's about all I can do, okay? But if there's any other New Year's resolutions down the road, it will not be mentioned here, but if it comes up, it comes up, okay? So now for the continuation of the New Year's resolution, okay? So the first continuation of the New Year's resolution that I set before is to try to get the Clan of the Sea back together again, okay? Now, I will say this though. Trying to get the Sea together, especially in 2026, maybe 2025 before though, is not an easy feat, okay? I mean, it's all about, trying to find the right people for your clan, you know what I mean though? But in a pool filled with unpredictability and uncertainty and everything, especially, in video games that encourage guilds or clans or whatever, right? The odds of you trying to find, such good people in there is a little low, but not that low, okay? I mean, there are still some people out there. It's just that you never know what you can find because all you can, deduce, right, is the voices that you hear on your screen, okay? You gotta feel them out, you know what I mean? Metaphorically speaking, of course. Try to gauge their energy. Is it positive, negative, that sort of thing. And this is partly the reason why the Sea is struggling to find new recruits these days, okay? But I'm gonna do my best to at least try to be more active in there. But before that though, there is a sub New Year's resolution under that New Year's resolution and everything. In order for me to recruit people into the Sea and everything, I have to first get my power back. I need to get my skill back, okay? Because lately though, I've been lagging. Not lagging as in Wi-Fi and all this stuff, like lagging as in my core capabilities are reduced, okay? I've been getting it back week after week, okay? And I find that, with constant gameplay and everything, I can retain that skill, okay? I just need to find the time to at least keep it going, okay? It's getting there, okay? There were some moments that I had my old power back, okay, but only briefly though. So for that though, I still need to get more of my power back before I can start recruiting again. And there is a line, in one of my games, I believe it was called Middle Earth: Shadow of Mordor. Celebrimbor said to Talion that orcs follow strength, okay? And then Ratbag said to Talion, right, that how could you let your boys, die like that and all that stuff, or how could you leave them like that and everything? You gotta go rescue them. You have to take care of them and everything. And as Celebrimbor said to Talion, orcs follow strength. Meaning, I could use that same principle, right? And if I'm strong enough, right, and show my superiority, to say, hey, I'm strong enough to lead you guys and I could be an effective clan leader this way, then in your minds, you're thinking, oh, my leader is strong, he's unbeatable, this and that. I can give you that mindset to be like, hey, if I join under his banner, though, we could be an effective force, and that sort of thing. But of course, though, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to be superior to you in every way, though. I do encourage equality. I do encourage friendship, trust, and all that stuff. And in the future, though, I do want you guys to be better than me, okay? To make better decisions that I have, previously not had before, okay? But only if you're willing to put in the work. So I'm going to put in the work, too. And that is one of my continuations of the New Year's resolutions, though. The second continuation of the New Year's resolution is, of course, to find love, okay? I do have one or two friends with benefits. I know, I mean, a cute guy like me, though, who doesn't, okay? But to me, though, those are just temporary fixes and everything. Like, I just want to find a partner, right? A biological female, for me at least, though, that I could say, hey, I want to spend my time with, that I could be at peace with someone to split the check with, someone to take walks in the park, this and that, or be my player too in video games, maybe at Reach, who knows. So yeah, I'm still working on that though. So ladies, if you're the woman that will treat me for me though, and not for what I have and everything, then yeah, please go for it. You know what I mean? But for fellas, this is for all you gentlemen out there, fellas. Don't give up, okay? There's gonna be someone out there for you, okay? Just have some more respect for yourselves, okay? And not try to fall into one of the thirst traps or the simps and all that stuff and everything. Ladies, same with you, okay? Try to find guys who are right for you and everything, who treat you with respect, love you with respect and all that stuff and everything. And try not to fall for we're going to do this, or our status and all that stuff, or our flashy cars and all that stuff, or that macho-ness, or the bad boy cliche, that sort of thing, okay? In short, both sides need some work, okay? Both sides have to improve upon ourselves, okay? In order for males and females to coexist together. But I went off topic for a little bit, though, so that's about fine with me. And that concludes my third continuation of the New Year's resolution, okay? Now, as I look at the time over there, okay, I am doing it, in a day that I have to go to work in a few hours per se. Now, some of you might be wondering, why don't you just do it another day? Well, it goes back to my first major New Year's resolution, right? To reduce procrastination. I don't want to put it off, okay? I don't, all right? I just want to get this done and get the ball rolling, and that's all that matters to me. So yeah, I want to say a couple more things before I depart and everything. Okay, now this has to do with a fourth New Year's resolution that I forgot to add in. Okay, so the fourth and final New Year's resolution, right? Which is the continuation of of the one I made last year, right? Or if I did, I'm not sure, is to become more neutral. And I'll explain why, okay? Recently, before 2026 arrives, or a few weeks back though, I do have a couple of friends, right, that I know of online and in reality that are trying to get me to choose their side based on the evidence that they showed, okay? And knowing me though, I mean, I like to study the facts, analyze, speak to both sides of the story and get their input, and then just decide for myself objectively who is right and who is wrong. But lately though, yeah, it's been not working, okay? One of the things that I hate more than anything else in this planet, right, is choosing sides, okay? I hate choosing sides for a reason, okay? The primary reason why is because if I choose one side, I am guaranteed to hurt the other, okay? It's like no matter what I do, okay, I'm gonna make one friend and make one enemy at the same time, okay? Which is why I decide to remain neutral. Now, for those of you who are my friends and everything, and at each other's throats at the same time, okay, you got two choices, okay? I'm gonna give you an ultimatum, okay? Either the friends in my group, right, who are at each other's throats, either find a way to come to a peaceful resolution, right? And if you respect my friendships a lot, right, you will do that for me as well, okay? Or the second choice is I'll just drop you all, okay? I'll just dead all of you, okay? And move on with my life. I do not want to be dragged into pointless, unnecessary drama, right? I do not want to be dragged into any unnecessary conflicts or hear about what this person did or hear what that person did. No, okay? Find a way to resolve it, okay? Otherwise, find a new friend, okay? enough said, all right? I am sick and tired, right, of people trying to say, hey, can you be on my side? Hey, can you be on my side? Don't speak to this person. Don't speak to that person. Okay. What? Because you showed one piece of evidence? That's not enough, okay? That's circumstantial at best, though. You don't know what that other person was thinking at the time, okay? That's just about it. So yeah, I think that's about all I can say on this matter and everything. And yeah, I do have to go to work in a few hours, and yeah, time for me to end this. So with that, Happy New Year 2026. Thank you all so much, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in. I know it's been a rough year and everything for some of you, and a delightful year for all of you. And I did forget to say one thing once again. This is the last one, I promise, though. Hope you guys had a good Christmas a week back. Hope you guys had a good happy holidays. It's for me though, it's been okay and everything. But I have a feeling that this year is going to be better than the last, okay? But only and only if I put in the work and effort that's needed. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. And yeah, I will see you in the next video.